Hello, hello, hello. This is a little video on that which is most important, and that is the meaning of life. The meaning of life is described succinctly in Judaism. Now, we have to understand that what most people think they know about Judaism is only the body of Judaism. It's not the soul. Everything that exists, in fact, the way the body sees is with body. Everything really has a soul. It's a big subject. I don't want to go too deep into it, but even rocks have a soul. We even have in physics what we call the God particle. Something's making it come into existence all the time. And in fact, it's conscious. Everything in the world is conscious. So certainly the soul of all souls, God, the one who made everything, is conscious and is aware of everything. And so imagine for a moment if you generated a world. Well, you can do it on Minecraft, and you can do it, make a video game or whatever. And now imagine you put consciousness, which is the ability for someone to look around and think about what's happening and feel and make decisions based on their thoughts and their feelings. Imagine you did that, and then suddenly the person that's doing that one day wakes up and he says, why am I here? What am I doing? What's the purpose of this world? What's the meaning of life? And obviously, to get to the meaning of life, you have to get to the person who made the life. Because all things, eat, drink, be merry, for tomorrow you may die, is not very smart, because tomorrow you may die. And you didn't really have a meaningful life. Your life doesn't have any permanence. So if you want to get to the essence of what life is about, you have to go to Jewish mysticism. And that is the very soul of God conveyed to us in thoughts and ideas through the great mystics. And quite simply, there are 7 different reasons that are given throughout Judaism and Jewish mysticism for the creation of the world. But ultimately, it boils down to 3 reasons. And the first reason is that the world is an act of loving kindness. In other words, it's like, why do parents have children? You don't know who the child is going to be, but yet you love the child so much already, you want to have a child. And everything you do is for the child. So you have a deep respect for this human being and an honor to be able to serve it and guide it. That's the fundamental reason of creation. Now, simultaneous with that is when you love and respect someone, as John Gray, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus says, what you do is you try to help them, you try to advise them. That's why women try to give advice to their husbands, because they love and respect them and they want to help them. So God wants to give us advice on how to live this life and make it a meaningful life, and He does. He gave us the Bible, which succinctly says for Jews there are 613 laws, and Gentiles, which are non-Jews, there are 7 Noahide laws. You can check it out on asknoah.org or chabad.org. And then within that, we all have missions. We're all part of this beautiful symphony called reality. My mission, obviously I'm a rabbi, I'm meant to be a teacher. What are the circumstances that brought me up in a family that's been doing this for thousands of years were not my choice. Those were divine choices. Now, it's not I have a choice to do what I'm doing or not. I don't have to do it, but I want to do it. But again, there's a mixture between the circumstances and my desire, and even the circumstances that brought about my desire to believe in this wisdom and to try to share the wisdom. So we all have that. People that are entrepreneurs, for example, they say that usually kids that grow up in parents that were entrepreneurs are more likely to do so. Obviously, women are here to have children, bring up a moral, wonderful, the love that they give, which is something that men can't do. We just don't have the capacity to kind of nurture and handle the stress that women are able to handle, which studies show. So we're here to complement each other with the unique talents that we have, and by basically fundamentally understanding that this is our mission in life. We're here because God wants us to be here. He's helping us he's guiding us towards fulfilling our mission. But the other thing that's really important to understand is that God is infinite. And therefore, whatever you know doesn't make you somehow God. It doesn't make you great. A billion compared to infinity is a lot less than 1 compared to a billion, because compared to infinity, all numbers are meaningless, even the highest number you can imagine, because infinity has infinite numbers. So compared to the wisdom and the goodness of God, we're all at 0. But yet we can always take some of that. We can always grow more. So the way it works is that whatever you know is wonderful, and you need to use that for the good. But then you always have to be open to the fact that God is communicating, whether it's something you see, something you hear. It's actually everything that you see and hear is a communication. And you have to deduce lessons. Well, God is, the way the Baal Shem Tov teaches, who is one of the greatest masters, he says God is hinting. So you have to learn the language of God. People that are very close to each other, they are able to understand the other person's hint. The person looks at them in a certain way, you already understand what the person is saying. So that's how you have to be in this world. On one hand, you have to embrace the fact that you are God's child. Embrace the fact that you are here with a divine mission and purpose. That all of life is here to enhance you, enhance your wisdom, and basically give you the opportunity to fulfill your mission, make your life meaningful. And of course, it depends who you are. The Bible is the basic framework. But then there's also the direct communication from God, which comes in the way of hints, sometimes a voice in your head. And this communication gives you the ability to go one step beyond who the wonderful person you already are to the next step and the next step. And imagine if we all took this quite seriously, the world would be the place we wish it to be.